I see you there and I salute you, sweet cheeks. In crypto, you're going to learn this harsh lesson, the easy way or the hard way. Nobody cares about the tech. Nobody. It's all about the price. So what that means is, moving forward throughout 2024, I don't care about products. I'll tell you something, friends. The truth is, if there is a good product, it already has insiders, VCs, and scum who know about it. They knew about it beforehand. They knew about it as it's being worked out, as it's being explored and exploited and twinked around. They've already done the VC allocations for them. Things like Igon Layer and Molestia and all these Layer 1 projects. There's going to be other projects too. Yes, it's a very unfortunate reality. They've already done the raises. You and I can't get in. It's too late. So all that matters is a good price. Why? Because you can always count on the final euphoria of people to go nuts. That's what you can always count on. This is a sad reality, but you can rely more on the fact that your coin is cheap. It just has relevant attention around it. You can rely on that more than a good product in crypto. In stocks, not so much. In stocks, if you have a long enough time horizon, sure, the company eventually turns it around and whatever, but it's all about the price, friends. Everything, I'm telling you, it's all about the price. Buy low, sell high. You can't get away with buying a good product at expensive prices. In crypto, you have like literally a precedent of a 99.99% failure rate doing that. The only ones that were able to get away with it were things like maybe Bitcoin, Ethereum, maybe ChainLink ends up coming back. But you know what? Here's the thing, man. We've been suffering in ChainLink for a long time. ChainLink peaked against Link on the Link ETH ratio in 2020 August. 2020 August. It's been sitting there for 3 years. So it's much harder to be on a winning thing like ChainLink or let's say a new innovative technology, whatever it is you want to call it. Yeah, it's much harder to be on that because they're so rare. That's what we're going to sail on the friendship together. But yeah, this reality, you're just going to have to wrestle with it yourself. Trump, low price beat all. Because when there is enough money in Bitcoin pushed up, which means a higher price, the valuations of everything, I mean, it's a big boat. It's a big tide. And then every boat as well, friends, gets lifted. So there's a mindset you got to have. I know it tricks a lot of people. But it makes sense intuitively. You're like, okay, why did these meme coins go up? You know, it's because the speed of the system went up. Maybe Bitcoin went up. Ethereum went up. That's it. The people want to go gamble and be degenerates. And they'll look at, what's this thing? Small market cap. Market cap does matter. Market cap is a marketing tool. Because you feel early. But retailers, we love these round numbers. Now, here's the thing. When I came into crypto, I thought, you know what? I don't want to play with the retailers. I want to play with the traditional finance money. That's what I thought initially, okay? Because those traditional finance people, I thought incorrectly that they won't sell things minus 99%. Wrong. There are weekend scum piece of trash everywhere. They will sell things lower than you can imagine. It doesn't matter what the product is. They'll get rid of it. And hopefully you've been liking and subscribing. I've shown you in many videos too. It makes sense rationally to do that. Why? It's because the community is the asset, not the code. So even if the code looks good and it's polished and it's this chain and whatever, it doesn't matter. Is there a community that's latched onto it? What I love is in crypto, people still don't get this, which means there's a gap in knowledge, which means, okay, if there's a new cycle 1 coin, I'll be saying, okay, this thing's not going to be around next cycle. It's going down 99%. Sweet. But people think it's going to be around, and that's all that matters. We're speculating. That's the game, man. It's the game. If you want to play this game, if you don't want to play this game, friends, you can just go buy bonds, right? Go consult a financial advisor. They'll go to go buy bonds and go lose money in inflation every year and see how that works out. People in crypto, the Bitcoin maxis will say, don't speculate, come into Bitcoin. But I don't think so, friends. I don't think so. We know so. You're still relying on people pumping your bag in Bitcoin. It's the exact same game. It's just a different psychological makeup of the religious priests in that game. That's all. It's just something where it's never changing, conservative. It's a Genesis crypto. Ethereum has a different one to that as well. Okay, so that's why in crypto, you're going to learn this harsh lesson, right? The product, the tech, it doesn't actually matter. And I've told you, okay, even if it does matter and it's good, bad news, man. It's already got insiders, VCs and stuff. So, of course, this is the thing, though. There will be opportunity to find good products that is like a grassroots community approach where like, someone made a cool product, a cool bridge, and it's useful and whatever. But let me tell you something. CowSwap, which stands for coincidence of one, so Moo Swap, right? Shout out to them because they don't ban Hex, unlike fake DeFi Uniswap. CowSwap have cool tech. Uniswap went yoink, and they're putting into for Uniswap v4. They've just taken it. They said, you know what? That's cool tech you got. Let me steal it. It's done. Everything's open source. Everybody's stealing from each other. But you can't steal attention. You can't steal it permanently. That's why you need a cult, a guild, community around it. The community is the asset, not the code. That's why I keep saying I made that. Where's the book to learn from, friends? There is no book. I'm the book. I'm a peanut brain. I can't even spell. I can barely write. I don't even have my pen license from school, friends. We're still on pencils here. If you don't take this seriously, you're gonna end up losing all your money, like everybody else in every cycle. But you know, you gotta appreciate though people being naive and bullish, because that's what actually helps you throughout the very end. That's why what will carry us is being in this position of, okay, well, when Bitcoin shows signs of extreme euphoria, that must mean everything's getting ready to be done soon, all right? All that matters is a cheap price. You get a cheap price with no weak hands. You buy on the depression part. Now, of course, we are coming out of a Bitcoin bear market. Right? We're already out of there. But if you have a look at the others index, for example, this gives you a general region of what's going on. Like, we're starting to move up. At some point, friends, at some point, you just got to say, well, okay, prices are not where they used to be on average for everything. What is a way you can enter? Let's say you find a coin, find an ecosystem. What is something you can do where you go, all right, well, I want to participate, but I don't know if I should get in. If you don't see big fat green candles, and I'm going to show it to you right now. If you don't see big fat green candles, you could just get in immediately, on average. Not financial advice. Because chances are there's no euphoria. But one thing you can do, what I do is, right, I put a SuperTrend. So if you go to TradingView, you just type in the indicators, just type in SuperTrend, friends. You add SuperTrend default, and I put on a weekly chart. Now, here's the thing, right? This is others. So this is the thing, right? So if you were like watching this the whole time, bear market, when was it time to get bullish? Look at this. It was in freaking February this year, but it didn't feel like it, did it? But that's the thing. When these things change, they change direction. You get one chance to get in. What I'll also do is I'll put a 21 period moving average, and look, see, it's not perfect, but it kind of tells you, oh my God, crypto's gone to zero. And then it flips green. And look, you just get the first pullback into the moving average and you're done. Now, here's the thing. You might say, wait a minute. It still goes offside here on average for your altcoins. Okay, so you can look at many other altcoins. Yes, on average, you still go offside. That's not the whole point. The whole point is to just at least give yourself a basic system to participate in this and identify, okay, has a trend changed? Unfortunately, though, because the cycle, we're moving beyond that. We're already moving. Things have already procced. They flipped green. Okay, so for example, the green part flipping by the time I watch this video for PulseChain, PLS, was at day one sacrifice, friends. When you're looking at PLS, and I'm going to show it to you right here. So you see this maroon line? That's a super trend here. In the top left, you can click it down. Top left, see super trend, off, on like that. And what I've done is, you can see here, it's around day one sacrifice. So what I would be doing if I wasn't in is I would wait for that to flip green, and then you get that first pullback in. You go, okay, sweet. Now, it can flip red again. There is no guarantee. It's just that it gives you a bit more confidence buying a higher low. I don't like waiting for that, though. Why? I want a cheap price. I don't care about that, okay? Because by the time that happens, you might be paying up 2.2x higher than what it is now. But here's the thing, man. Like, it's basically you saying to the market, show me you're not going to zero first, and then I'll get in. You still do have time. It's not the end of the world. You got to be watching and waiting every single week. The good thing is weekly candles, okay? But still, I don't like that. Why? I like being in the game, even though it's mentally tough. It's really, really tough, friends. It kicks you in the nuts multiple times. But you got to be a squirrel and hold your own nuts. What I like is if you're in the game, when there's deep capitulation and FUD, you'll get even more extreme red candles down and you'll be able to get in. I mean, it even happened, right, with the corrupt SEC FUD, right? Look, it always went all the way down here. So if you're just waiting for it to flip green and this comes, you're never going to get in, ever. So by the time, say, it does flip back up, I will just put it here, you might be buying like 30% above day one sack. So it's about like a 2x from here. But these deep capitulation zones, these happen in many coins, happen in ChainLink, for example. I'm going to show you ChainLink, how that happened too. So here it is right now. So I was making many videos. I made an insane amount of videos saying this might be it for ChainLink. it needs to cross $8. This is what it was right here. See, it was red the whole time. You see this red line? We are under the weekly super trend. And then finally, look at this. We finally closed the week. By the way, we flipped green here, but we didn't close the week of. And then we went down again. And look, we finally flipped green, friends. See this? You get the first pullback into the moving average, and then you pray. Now, this thing just shot up, but you can apply this to every single coin you want. If you don't believe in the coin, it's going to be tough no matter what, because that's what you really comes down to, believing in the coin. You can sacrifice a bit of good prices in there, but this is what we're exiting out of. Most coins, we're starting to say they're going to flip that green part, and then it's basically you'll just cross your fingers, friends. You just cross your fingers and your toes, and you hope that you avoid all the hoes. You are not knowing ever how high the green candles go. You don't know that, okay? Literally. Every single time you go into any of these, it's a full-on guess. You're wishing that it's like, oh, I hope they give the 10x move. But you never really get that, friends. For example, I'm going to show you Injective Protocol right here. Now, this is Injective Protocol. I'm going to put the SuperTrend and the EMA on it now. Look at this. Injective Protocol, obviously, this did the unicorn run. It literally retraced and broke its all-time high. Literally 1 out of 200 coins to do this, I think, alongside Telor, TRB as well. So look, it flipped green, and here's the thing. You get the first pullback into the week to 21 EMA, you're like, sweet. Now, here's the thing, please. If you're doing this, don't wait on this like exact dot. Just front run it a bit. Like, who cares? You know what I mean? Because you're trying to DCA and get in more. But at the end of the day, right, look what ends up happening. You had no idea that this freaking move, I have to put on a log chart as well. You had no idea this move was coming, where it does a freaking 15x, 1400%. So I've given you this framework. This is what we're doing. This is what we're like looking at when it comes to like moving in through 2024. It's what we're going to say. We're going to see coins wake up. They have their first flush, pull back into the moving average, then you can get in. This is important, right? But here's the thing. Many coins can do that and they don't have to go up. So it's not like, I didn't give you like a super secret. I've given you at least a mental framework where you say, hey, like you might come across a coin. Your friend gives you a coin. You're like, hey, I want to watch it. You put on a weekly super trend. You see, oh, it's red. It's still red now. You might say, okay, if it moves up and it flips green, I'm going to get in within that month. I'm going to wait for that pullback in and then I'm going to get in. You just watch it on the side. You don't have to commit all your capital to it, okay? Because there's going to be so many coin trends, because you might be watching 10 things. Literally, you could be watching 10 things. And you're like, okay, there's 10 coins out here. Maybe only one of them ends up popping up first. That's like your clue that might be starting to move. But, you know, there's 50,000 coins. So, I mean, it would be great if we had a network of people to do this. It's just that it's harder than you think, because even if you do have it, you don't know that it's going to be the big winner. And also got to remind you as well, okay, so just saving you time and money once again, because I'm your friend. The most profitable protocols in crypto has some of the most dog shit tokens, like Maker. So in the previous bull market, I had a portfolio selection, right? Just like lotteries and stuff, I had a portfolio selection. I go, okay, I'm going to buy the most profitable protocols because they make the most money. Maybe traditional finance buys them up. Maybe they flush up in the bull market. It didn't work out, all right? They didn't do well at all. Dog coins overpower them fast and hard because we don't know, friends. We're figuring out Metcalf's law and everything as it happens. So that's just something that we learned. Okay, most profitable protocols, the market didn't give a damn about them. Didn't give a damn because people weren't happy to speculate on them using money to come back in. It's the mind of the emotional bunny, right, coming in. So we're looking for cycle one narratives. That's what we're looking for. Also, well, you have a framework now. So I've given you something. I'm like, hey, you know, put a weekly super trend and go, hey, if you want me to buy this coin, first flush up on the weekly, then I'll get in. Then I'll start paying attention. Okay, because at least you don't have to sit there in the ultimate graceful pain period, which is what I had to sit through in ChainLink before it popped up. And then everybody's sitting through PulseChain, PulseX, and next waiting to see, oh my gosh, are you finally going to exit out of this zone? Of course, and you can't do this with everybody, right? But I'm also doing launch pads and ICOs. Why? Because it's bottom dollar price. That's all I care about. I don't care about the product. The product looks shit. I don't care. Bottom dollar prices. Just give me bottom dollar prices everywhere, as long as you aren't like complete full scams, and just see where the bull market takes it. Maybe they can upgrade things. Maybe they change the logo and the website. These things can come out. Okay, so I've shown you something in the industry, fans. There is no free lunch. You have to take risk. So if you are buying a polished, a great game, metaverse, a big community, if you're buying into something that's pumped up, okay, with higher valuation ICOs already, people are on top from ICO, You are gambling that the market likes this good product. You are taking a risk, but you're already paying expensive. So you're buying expensive, hoping that the market makes it even more expensive. That's what you're gambling. And then you're hoping the insiders aren't dumping on you to absorb the demand. So that's what happens if you buy a good product. If you buy a shit product, the chances are you're buying cheap prices. So once again, you're taking the risk that maybe the company, the team, the people behind it are able to do some, marketing, spreading the word, or upgrade the product so it looks better over time, or latch themselves somewhere. Everything has a risk. But I'll tell you right now, on average, okay, not on average, friends, every single person who's won in crypto, they won by buying a trash product scam. What it looks like. Every single one. Nobody went, wow, look at this big established thing. I'm going to buy it expensive and it's going to go more expensive. No one ever did that. No one. It was always, this thing looks a bit poopy. I don't know what this is. Minting, like I'm trying out these NFTs. They're just JPEGs. You don't do anything. Think about it, friends. There's no roadmap. In JPEG season in 2021, there was no games, metaverses, no cult. It was just, what are you doing? Just minting a JPEG. Okay. See what I mean? Launchpad ICOs with these games, it's the same thing. So you're going to have to battle this yourself. It's going to become more apparent, friends. I'm getting into ICOs now, IDOs, doing as many as I can. You don't have to. So if you're not doing that, use that SuperTrend. Use that 21 period moving average. That might be your final shot to get in. Because at some point, you just have to cut it and go, I can't buy these anymore. And then, you might literally just be better off waiting for, say, certain speed coins to move up and then having a go with the degeneracy of the ecosystem. So, or you just pray, no guarantee, that you're in the core altcoins that do like a 10x in 2024, 10x from today or plus. Statistically, though, most people aren't. So I'm not going all in and say, yep, my one's going to be the 10x, make it or break it. I don't want to take that chance. I at least want to participate with 10% of my portfolio. Remember, 90% core, 10% lottery. You're going to plane around. You're going to meet people, go see stuff. You get to play, get to like feel out the industry, okay, with consent, of course. That's how you make it. Make sure you like, subscribe, belly button all. Don't forget to love to catch you soon.